Kirk Cousins just found his favorite weapon, and if you're a Raiders fan, your jaw is about to hit the floor. Day 5 of OTAs is done, and what happened on that practice field today changes everything we thought we knew about this Las Vegas offense. The chemistry, the throws, the presence watching from the sidelines. This is not your average off-season update. Something real is being built in the desert, and you need to hear every single detail. Let's be honest, when you hear the name Brock Bowers, your eyes light up. And after today's practice, defensive coordinators around the entire NFL should be genuinely nervous. Kirk Cousins targeted Brock Bowers repeatedly during team periods, and it wasn't even close to subtle. The most jaw-dropping moment came when Cousins fired a perfect touchdown pass right into Bowers' hands. Rookie corner Traden Stokes was on coverage duty, playing the nickel spot, and look, nobody is blaming the kid. When you're a rookie asked to go toe-to-toe with arguably the best tight end in the entire NFL right now, that is a losing battle from a jump. Cousins read the defense like a textbook, made the right call in a split second, and delivered a dime. Clean. Simple. Deadly. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Right after that touchdown connection, Jeremy Chinn stepped up and picked off Cousins during the 7-on-7 period. Credit where it's due. That was a smart, well-timed play by Chinn. Any other quarterback might have gone conservative after that, maybe checked down safe, maybe shied away from the big throw. Not Cousins. What did he do? He immediately came right back and launched a gorgeous deep ball over the middle, straight to Brock Bowers. Caught it. Just like that. That right there tells you everything you need to know about this quarterback to tight end relationship. That is not just chemistry. That is trust. That is a veteran signal caller who knows exactly where his safety net is, and more importantly, has zero hesitation throwing it there when the heat is on. And that kind of bond only gets stronger as the off-season goes on. So here's the real question. Can any defense in the AFC West actually stop this connection when the regular season kicks off? Drop your answer in the comments right now. Cousins is locked in across the board now. Bowers wasn't the only playmaker getting love from Cousins today. Wide receiver Trey Tucker got his moment too, hauling in a deep go route down the right sideline during team drills. Reports from the field say Cousins absolutely erupted with energy after that throw. Fired up, feeding off his guys, locked in on every single rep. That kind of quarterback energy matters. When your signal caller is genuinely excited about the weapons around him, it spreads through the whole offense like wildfire. This doesn't look like a guy just going through the motions. Cousins looks like a man on a mission. But wait until you hear about the offensive line situation, because it's equally important, and there are some interesting wrinkles developing up front. The trenches are taking shape for the second straight week. The same starting five was holding down the offensive line. Colton Miller at left tackle. Spencer Burford at left guard. Tyler Linderbaum at center. Jackson Powers-Johnson at right guard. DJ Glaze at right tackle. That group is looking more and more like your Week 1 starting lineup, and honestly, the consistency is encouraging. You want your big guys building chemistry too, not just the skill positions. One name worth watching closely though, Trey Zoll. He worked at right guard today after spending most of last week at right tackle. That position flexibility is a massive plus for this offensive line. But here's where it gets spicy. If Zoll ends up locking down the right guard spot, does Jackson Powers-Johnson shift over to left guard? That is a massive question for this roster, and the answer could reshape the entire front five heading into training camp. Also, Charles Grant rotated in at right tackle during second-team representatives, so the coaching staff is absolutely still mixing and matching, trying to figure out the best combinations before things get locked in. Now, what about the guys who weren't on the field today? Because the absences tell a story too. Who do you think is to blame if this offensive line struggles in 2025? Drop a name in the comments. Let's hear it. Max Crosby was out there during warm-ups and stretching, suited up, showing up for his teammates, but he did not participate in practice. And you know what? That is totally fine. Crosby is the heartbeat of this defense. The fact that he is out there, present, leading by example even when he is not running representatives, that is exactly what a team leader does. Number 98 sets the standard on this team, and this proves it. Tyron Johnson was nowhere to be seen today, but honestly, nobody should be panicking about that yet. OTAs are voluntary. The real alarm bell for any absent situation rings when mandatory minicamp starts, June 9th through the 11th. That is your true indicator of where a player actually stands. Nico Collins also missed today's session, which does raise a small eyebrow. Nothing catastrophic, but worth monitoring as the weeks go on. And then there is the Jermaine McCoy situation, which deserves its own honest conversation. McCoy was not on the field today, and reports indicate he has been managing a knee injury. Now, before anyone spirals, the word coming out of the building is that if you did not already know about the injury, you probably would not even be talking about it. This does not sound like a severe or long-term concern. What it does sound like is a smart, cautious coaching staff managing a young player's workload and protecting him from any unnecessary risk this early in the off-season. Keeping him on some kind of reduced schedule right now is the intelligent play. The real test comes at mandatory minicamp. That is the moment that separates minor soreness from something that actually needs to be taken seriously. Until then, keep calm and keep watching. And speaking of keeping your eyes wide open, the biggest story from today might not be anything that happened on the field at all. Let that sink in for a second. Tom Brady, 7 Super Bowl rings, the greatest quarterback in the history of professional football, was inside that facility today, watching walkthroughs, studying the quarterback room. Present and locked in on every single rep, you have Kirk Cousins and Aiden O'Connell in that room competing for the starting spot. You have a first overall pick at quarterback on this roster. And now Tom Brady himself is standing on the sideline, soaking it all in, watching like a hawk. The pressure and the opportunity in that quarterback room just reached an entirely different level. Brady is not just a spectator here either. He is heavily involved with the new ownership group and has been building real roots in the direction of this franchise. The offensive coordinator described him as an unbelievable resource, someone you can walk up to at any point, pick his brain, and walk away with information that most NFL teams could only dream of having access to. Think about that for a second. The guy who has seen and done everything this league has to offer is now essentially an in-house consultant for the Raiders. If this organization uses that resource the right way, and there is every reason to believe they will, it is a competitive advantage that simply does not exist anywhere else in the NFL right now. The silver and black are building something. The chemistry on offense is growing fast, the trenches are developing an identity, the injury news is manageable, and Tom Brady is literally in the building helping shape the future of this franchise. Raider Nation, the off-season just got a whole lot more exciting. Stay locked in, because things are only going to heat up from here.